Hi, I'm Evelyn Linwood. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I am an author of Noble Bright Fantasy. If you're not familiar with my channel, my debut novel, Showing Silver, is still out there. That was bad timing on a text. Today's editing vlog. I'm actually filming this a couple weeks ahead of time, at least this little clip, because I just had a major breakthrough in Project King. And I don't know. So I've been stuck on chapter 14 for freaking forever. Forever. Months. Granted, I've been making sweeping changes that affect the whole plot. So I may be stuck on these scenes, but I'm still doing like developmental work overall. But I just realized, you guys, I've been thinking about this event in the book as the midpoint. And today I realized that that event comes like 75% into the story. It was not the midpoint. I'm just used to midpoints being like a party or something, an event with like a lot of people. I have a functional midpoint in this book about 75,000 words in. Yes, it's a bit longer. The midpoint comes and it's just like a handful of people, which makes sense for this particular main character. It's the book's midpoint, it's his midpoint. There's actually 3 point of views, so there's a couple more mini midpoints. Yeah, but I was looking at it and the other, like the scenes after that don't make sense for fun and games. They're very clearly, things are getting darker. Why did this not change? I changed this. Yeah, so he has a kind of a false victory, and then things get darker, things are getting worse, stakes are going up, and I just can't even believe. And bear in mind, I applied this beat sheet retroactively. I wasn't using it when I was drafting, so I just kind of naturally put it in, and it didn't look like what I expected it to look like. So I've been stuck here trying to figure out what I'm doing. Why does this feel like it's building so slowly? What's going on? It was there, and I was just conceptualizing it wrong, and therefore tweaking things the wrong way a little bit, which I've stopped doing. I've deleted a whole bunch of scenes that weren't working. There were probably like 5 scenes I took out. So now it makes sense. Now it builds to, it's a little after what's actually going to be the middle so far, but I might add more to the later parts of the book. It felt like getting struck by lightning. I mean not in a bad way, but I'm so happy. Big breakthrough on Project King. I feel like it's going to start going so much faster now. I thought I had big breakthroughs. I've had multiple big breakthroughs, all while I was sitting here in chapter 14, which is like just before the midpoint, kind of. There's 3 or 4 chapters more before the midpoint, and I was just sitting here not understanding why I was spinning my wheels in the middle of the book. And the story middle was like way over there, and I was like, what? How? Ooh. Okay, so this is going to be a really chaotic start to an editing vlog, but that's what's going. I hope that my prediction proves correct. We'll have 2 weeks of data by the time I publish this video, so hopefully we'll see a lot of progress. See you soon. Good news. So I have one beta reader lined up for Project King. I almost just said the real title. And I have almost half of the book finished with this round of edits. I still need to do line edits, but I'm saving those for later. Yeah, but I'm currently halfway through chapter 14, just like in the last clip. Yeah, but I have a beta reader. She's going to read as much as I have this weekend, so I have a couple of days to get as much editing done as I can before she has time to read it. And this particular person is kind of my cheerleader, so that will, I think, give me a little push. So I'm excited to do that. And I will be attempting to get through maybe chapter 19 before I give it to her. But, I mean, that's a lofty goal. I wish me luck. So, I just sent part 1 of Project King to my alpha reader. I did not make it to the midpoint. That was a ridiculous goal, and one that I just spoke on the spot, and it was not realistic at all. I finished chapter 14, which I've been stuck on for so long that feels like an amazing accomplishment. I got to move sticky notes on my Kanban board, finally. The PDF that I sent my alpha reader was 110 pages long. It's roughly 60,000 words. Currently, I have, let me see, the rest of the book that's not how that works. The rest of the book as I have it is currently 51,000 words, but just between now and the midpoint, I have to add like 5 more scenes. I'm not sure how many after that, because again, I'm filling in 2 of the point of view characters. So Prince Andrew is the main point of view character. He's the one that, like, this is his, the plot is mostly driven by him. And then I have 2 side point of view characters. And they, in previous versions, in previous drafts, I had more than that. And it was like I was doing lazy writing, using the side characters to give us information that Andrew had no way of knowing. And I've studied a lot of craft since I did my earlier drafts. So now I'm trying to give the 3 main characters, the 3 point of view characters, their own character arcs. So Andrew, as the main character, his is pretty much done. I need to go through and like correct little things and make sure everything makes sense with everything that comes before. But his is largely done. It's the other 2 that I'm adding scenes. But while I'm doing that, I'll probably also be cutting other stuff or like just tweaking it. So some of the scenes that I'm adding are sort of semi-written, and I'll just have to like pull from previous versions. Yeah, but I have my work cut out for me for sure. But say I have to add, actually, I'm going to do some math real quick. You stay there. Okay. So in addition to the 5 scenes up until the midpoint, I have 24 scenes planned to add in, which my scenes usually come in around between 1,000 and 2,000 words. And I think some of them will be significantly shorter than that. So say it's an average of 1,200 words. 24. If it's an average of 1,200 words, that's adding 30,000 words to this book, maybe. And I actually don't think it'll be that many because I don't think I'm going to add all those scenes. It's almost like I put brainstorm down as if it was definite. So, with the book that I'm drafting, I think I need, and it's actually more than 30,000 words because I have to add the 5 more. So 29 times, let's do 1,500. We got to be a conservative estimate here. So that's 40,000 words-ish. So the book that I'm drafting, I'm expecting to need to add 70,000 words to it, which is about 30,000 a month. And the book that I'm editing, I'm expecting to also need to add about 30,000 words to, which means it's about 45,000 a month, plus editing. Oh dear. I'm not really on track, am I? But I can definitely get at least one of these done. I'm going to be prioritizing Project Gold, because that's the one that's like, I'm trying to get to the point where I can publish it. So that's the priority, but I am working on Project King, working on editing it. Realistically, I'm not going to be adding that many words. I keep saying that I am. I keep saying, oh, I'm going to add this scene and that scene. Some of it, I'm actually looking at it and thinking I might actually want to move one of the character arcs to the 3rd book. So I don't know. We'll see. I am definitely, I keep saying definitely. There's nothing definite. I am trying to improve it. I'm trying to make it the best version of itself it can be. It's certainly a much more complicated story than either of my Arkan books. And I'm not really sure why, because the magic system, the magic part is so much heavier in the Arkan books. It's just, it's almost a low magic situation in Project King, although it isn't really. It's just that the king is not a fan of magic, so the one kingdom is kind of low magic. Yeah, but I'm rambling. I will check in again before I post this video, so we'll see how far I get. Final check-in for this vlog. It is, what day is this? Tuesday the 17th, so this will go up in a couple days. I am still having trouble with my voice after weeks. Yeah, so I got through chapter 15 in Project King, and I've cut a scene from chapter 16, and then I got a notebook to do handwriting, so I think that the scenes that I need to add moving forward, I'll be writing in a red pen, but I'll be handwriting those. When I was younger, I handwrote everything, and it just gave a lot cleaner of a draft by the time it went to the computer. But so that's my goal, is to draft a little cleaner when I'm adding scenes in. And I'm calling them scenes, but really some of them are more like a little snippet that I just need to add this few paragraph little snapshot from one character. So I have those kind of segregated on my Kanban board. So the scenes that I'm adding have their own little pile, and then the scenes that I am editing have a separate pile. And I did that because I don't always feel like drafting, so that way I can keep moving forward. Yeah, but I did get like a tiny bit stuck, but it was because of what was going on with the project I'm drafting. So I did say that I was going to focus on Project Gold, and boy howdy did exciting things happen. Good things, maybe. Bad things, definitely. So yeah, I had, I don't want to give it away in this vlog because I am going to post a purely writing vlog in a couple weeks, but wow. that project has taken a turn in a new direction. Yeah. So, and that's the sequel that I want to publish for you guys. So that is what I am more focused on. I know I said earlier in this vlog that I wanted to like hit the midpoint of Project King, and I was trying to calculate if I could just mathematically finish one or both projects this quarter. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to actually finish either at this point. I will be focused on Project Gold and trying to get as far as I can. Project King, the editing project, is, I think, coming along a lot better. I'm feeling better about it. I'm really excited for the story, the world, the characters in a way that I haven't been since like the second draft. So, and that was, when was the second draft? Like 2020. I'm very excited to be excited about writing. I'm having the same experience actually with my drafting project, where I'm much more excited than I've honestly ever been for that one. So I'm just moving into a good place where I'm really happy with my writing, happy with my stories, excited to be working again. And for those of you who weren't here when I was vlogging over the summer, I barely wrote at all. Did I write at all? I can't remember. I had the worst case of writer's block, and like, I don't even 100% believe in writer's block except when I have it. But yeah, it was bad. And I mean, there was a reason for it. I got to the bottom of it, figured it out. Now I think I've refigured it out for both stories. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. I think my next video is a tutorial. Let me look. Stay right there. I have it written down. My next video is, drumroll, Scrivener tutorial. So I don't know what my hand was doing. So I will be going through and trying to like help with people who find Scrivener to have like too many bells and whistles so that it's overwhelming. I want to just kind of walk through, show how simple it is to just baseline use it. A lot of the features, yes, it has a lot of features, but they're kind of optional, you know. So that's coming down the pipe. Down the pipe? Who says that? Me, apparently. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.